This is Biker Dad, brought to you by Stevenson Klotz and the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers.
Hi, my name is Chris Best. Thank you for joining us for the Biker Dad Show. I left my 25-year career to ride motorcycles and tell stories, and this Memorial Day weekend, that adventure brings me here back to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where bikers and car lovers are teaming up to help veterans in all kinds of different ways. I know Memorial Day is for those who we've lost, but there are people here right now who need our help, and we're at risk of losing them in many different ways. Bikers and car lovers are finding unique, creative ways to help our veterans keep their lives on track. We're going to start right here at Myrtle Beach with the Myrtle Beach Car Club and how they are rolling out to help. Let's get rolling.
Hadley. I'm the lead director for the Myrtle Beach Car Club. What we do is we raise money for local charities to help support them throughout the year. We have 4 charities that we support. The Veterans Resource Center. Last year we raised over $22,000 that we gave to them. This year we're hoping to get to 30, and we're already halfway there, so we're looking in a good position right now.
So we're on a mission to end veteran homelessness, and started in 2009. Bought a home in 2014. We have a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home up in Little River. We currently have 3 tiny homes on the property and 11 veterans living with us, and we are building 40 tiny homes on 3rd Avenue in Myrtle Beach right now to end veteran homelessness.
Well, we have a lot of veterans that are car owners in our club, and at the beginning of the year, our members, which we have like 260, they vote on which charities they want to support for the year. The majority of the members, these are the charities that they felt were most important.
I volunteered at the Veterans Welcome Home and Resource Center for a few months, and then they asked me to take over about a year ago. So we filled the house up with 8 veterans in 6 days, and opened up the food pantry, a thrift shop, so veterans can come in and get all their items for free if they're struggling. Financial assistance, a little over $108,000 last year back to rent payments, buying vehicles, fixing cars for veterans to get back on their feet. We have no federal money. We count on this area and everybody else to find out who we are and help us out and end this thing.
We like to share our passion with the cars, whether they're old cars, new cars, doesn't matter. Everybody has a passion that they like to share, and to support a charity is something that makes them feel good about themselves.
I'm just passionate folks. They're passionate about something. They're passionate about this country. They love America. They love the veterans. And they know why we're free, and it's because of all of our military and service members that made it all happen. VWHRC.org. You can jump on our website. The donate button's up top, and you can help us out. We're looking for $5 a month from everybody. If we can do that, we're going to start expanding and moving and building tiny homes all up and down the East Coast to end this thing. There should not be a homeless veteran. We're going to do it with the help of everybody jumping on board. You can text FREEDOM to 36413, and that'll take you right to our donation page as well.
This is Biker Dad.
I'm on the road today in Saraland, Alabama on an important mission with a group called the Patriot Guard Riders. If you're watching the show, you probably know who they are, but we are honoring a brother who went down, plowed down by a reckless driver. And that's just one of the missions that this group does every week here in Lower Alabama, but all across the country. This is a bigger, louder event than most. Usually it's 5 or 6 bikers on a Tuesday morning or a Thursday afternoon. But today we had hundreds of people show up for our fallen brother. And again, this is something that we do all the time.
We're gonna go in and do a final salute right after the Boilermakers.
Hi, my name is Ed Juju Lassard. I'm a ride captain for Southwest Alabama Patriot Guard Riders here in South Alabama. Patriot Guard Riders, our main mission is to stand for those that stood for us. In other words, we escort veteran funerals, we stand flag lines at veteran events, at funerals, and even law enforcement. Patriot Guard started back in 2005 in Kansas. There's a group called the Westboro Baptist Church, and they would come to funerals and hold up signs and yell nasty stuff. And the bikers up in that area figured that they needed to protect the family somehow. So they started the Patriot Guard Riders, and they stand between protesters and the family during funerals and protect them, cut them off, and just to honor and make sure that the veteran that passes away gets his honors.
Inside the church, they're going to do their service.
I got involved about 9 years ago. It was 2012. I had just retired. I needed something to do, and I ran across a Patriot Guard director that saw me get off a motorcycle one day, and he came over and said, "Hey, have you ever heard of the Patriot Guard Riders?" And I said, "Yeah, I've heard of them, but I don't know exactly what they do." So he invited me to a Patriot Guard mission, a funeral, and I tell you what, ever since that first one, I've been hooked. Very easy to be a member. You don't even have to be a veteran. You don't even have to ride a motorcycle. What you need is to have love and honor and respect for our veterans, and to be able to come out and show that. Go to patriotguard.org is the national site. Sign up, and then with your email, and then when you'll sign up for your state, in this case Alabama, and then you'll start receiving mission statements. And the mission statements have a staging area and a time, and we're all volunteers. So if you can make a mission, come meet us, and if you can't, come the next time. Whether you're an American Legion rider, whether you're a combat veteran motorcycle association rider, whether you're a Punisher, whether you're a Southern Cruiser, it doesn't matter what group you ride with. If you come to a mission and help us out, you're part of the Patriot Guard Riders. Today is a big mission because it's one of our own. Wes Chingo Miller died on his motorcycle, and like we all say, if we're going to pass on, if I'm on my motorcycle and I pass, that's probably a good day, if it has to happen. But Chingo, as we called him, he was an American Legion Post 76 rider and director of that American Legion. He was a Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association rider, and he would help out with the Patriot Guard every once in a while. So it's kind of a big honor when we have to bury one of our own.
Horses and horsepower. Every year, hundreds of bikers ride to this ranch in Stapleton, Alabama, on a mission to help veterans dealing with PTSD.
We're here today at the equine farm that uses horses for severe PTSD veterans for therapy, and we're doing a fundraiser to help her continue her mission of helping vets.
I'm Carrie Watley. I'm a licensed counselor, and I use horses as part of the therapy process with veterans, youth, and families. And we are so honored to have the CVMA out here today. They do a fundraiser for us every year, Horses for Heroes. We work with PTSD, transitioning to civilian life, and really any veteran. If you're struggling with sleep, with relationships, with just getting back in the groove again, please come visit us, and we'd love to have you out.
A lot of our veterans coming back from Afghanistan, Iraq, even our Vietnam vets that are still here, they have some severe problems, readjusting into civilian life. And the equine therapy seems to be a great solution and help to them. And we just think it's a great cause, and we're just trying to help her out so she can continue to help veterans.
The suicide rate for veterans is 2 times higher than the average population. The divorce rate is 3 times higher, and you're also 3 times as likely to have a substance abuse issue. So our veterans just don't really get the help or support that they need, and that's what we try to do out here with our horses.
I love horses, and just to be able to be around them and have them respond to you, it's an awesome feeling. And that's a 1,200-pound animal, and you're standing right next to it, and all it wants you to do is love on it, and it's a good feeling.
They're very calming, they're very disarming, and so if you're not in a good place or you're not very centered, they can kind of help you get that way in a way that a traditional therapy session wouldn't. but we also talk about real tools. We don't like to waste people's time when they are out here. We want to give you more tools for your toolbox so that you can sleep better and have better relationships and enjoy your life again.
Horses have an innate ability to sense what a person's feeling. If you're feeling fear or anxiety or whatever, they sense that, and they can tell how you're feeling, and they respond to your feelings, and they relate to that, and they help bring you out of it. You know, it's an amazing thing that what animals play. You know, we have service dogs, we have horses, we have all kinds of other animals that you know, they just can relate to us and bring a sense of calm.
I originally got involved with horses and veterans kind of as an accident by meeting a veteran who was just struggling, and it was such a good fit that it just grew from there, and we work with hundreds of veterans now, and it can be a huge help when the traditional route hasn't worked.
One thing about the biker world for a veteran, especially a combat veteran, when you've had that adrenaline rush, being in combat and everything, a motorcycle gives you part of that rush back. And you know, you can be having the worst day of your life and get on a bike and you just get out and the wind blowing through your hair, going down the road, and it just eases your mind, and it seems like sometimes your troubles just go away. And then on the other hand, the veterans, and being with a group of other veterans that've been through the same thing you have that bond, and it's just, you can relate to each other, and you know, it's a brotherhood. And these guys, you know, to a lot of people, they're just another motorcycle guy riding down the highway, but to me, he's my brother.
These guys are the most amazing community I have ever been around. Biker dad, biker people, it's just a whole other world of people who are really, really wanting to serve each other. It's just incredible. I had no idea till I got exposed to bikers how much they do for the community. So when you see a biker out on the road, be extra nice and wave at them, because they're probably doing something awesome for someone.
Riding bikes and being with those brothers again, it's a good feeling.
Equine therapy group. We're in Stapleton, Alabama, which is really just like 10 minutes from Spanish Fort. We're not that far away. And so I hope you'll come visit us. You're welcome to bring your family with you. You can call us or check out our website, 251-680-0783 or equinetherapygroup.com.
Hey, it's Chris Best, the Biker Dad. How would you like to hang out with me for the day and win $1,000 worth of free Harley gear? Yes, $1,000 worth of free Harley gear. It's easy. Just pick up your phone right now, text Biker Dad to 57780. That's Biker Dad to 57780, and you're going to be entered for a chance to win a $1,000 shopping spree with me here at Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson in Mobile, Alabama. Again, text Biker Dad to 57780. Complete rules are on mobilebayharley.com.
Bike nights are back. It is warming up. Let's ride. Every first Thursday of the month, starting in March at Eagles Talon on Copter Road. Come say hi to Martha, get a nice drink, get some good food, and maybe get a patch for your vest. You can even get a Biker Dad patch if you ask nicely. Eagles Talon for all your gear, patches, apparel, and everything else biker. And also just want to say thank you to Martha and her team for 13 years of serving the biker community on the Gulf Coast. There's a little place in downtown Mobile on the corner of Fat and Happy, and it's one of my favorites. Bob's Downtown Diner isn't just a great place to eat and home of the best French toast you'll ever eat. It's one of the best things you'll ever put in your mouth. It's also an important part of the community and not just the biker community.
I'm grateful, I'm grateful for the bikers that I meet from all over the country.
Bob's is a hot spot for bikers and very biker friendly. Please visit my friend Tony Sawyer at Bob's Downtown Diner and check them out on the corner of fatandhappy.com.
Your home for Lex and Terry in the morning rocks your workday with Pretty Reckless, Foo Fighters, and Linkin Park. Available on over 2,000 smart devices. The Gulf Coast Rock Station, TK101.
Hey, I'm Dr. Glenn Glass of Glass Orthodontics. At Orthodontics, we're not really treating a disease. This is about aesthetics, this is about feel good. You boil it all down, this is about self-esteem. So we try to make it fun, and we just try to make it a great experience for everybody. Perfect. If you want the straightest choppers in the Southeast, you come on down, this is where you get them.
Our Back on Two stories are brought to you by Stevenson Klotz and the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers.
Hi, my name is Jody and I'm the Wind Therapy Manager for One Tribe Foundation. We serve veterans, first responders, and their families through traditional and non-traditional therapies. We're partnered with UTA and we are trying to prove that wind therapy is actual therapy. Wind therapy actually lessens the symptoms, lessens the mental health symptoms. So whether that's PTS or depression, anxiety, and so it would be traditional if that were the case. And it's we're going to start phase 3 soon. Phase 1 was the survey. We had interviews with veterans that ride, and so the phase 3 will be participants will wear a HRV monitor while they're riding, and it's not been done before, so I'm super excited about it. If anybody wants to get in touch with us, it's onetribefoundation.org.
Here's the Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson Bike of the Week.
Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson Bike of the Week.
This week's Bike of the Week is Mean and Green. It looks like a bagger, but it's not really. So tell us about the Bike of the Week.
So it's a 2019 Heritage. The previous owner, he'd done the bat wing fairing on it, put the radio in it with the speakers also. And it's got the 114 on it. It's got the black finish. And he also put on a detachable tour pack.
So you don't see a lot of Heritages with fairings and tour packs. I mean, you do every once in a while, but so this definitely is pretty much a one-of-a-kind bike. You had to get the fairing painted to match the bike. So the thing about this fairing, it is quick release and detachable, so if you don't like it, you can pop it off. The stereo just unplugs. I know this because I had one on the Heritage that we're building right now. I took it off, took the fairing off and sold it because we're turning it into a cholo bike and not a touring bike. We're taking the opposite approach. I like the big floorboards on it, all blacked out. The black crash bar is cool, so it's all black and green. You don't see a lot of green bikes. So it's got the skull on the gas cap. It's got, where else does it have it? On the floorboards, on the primary cover. I'm a big fan of Willie G. It's all over my street box. So. And these, I can tell you, come in really handy, these little extra wind guards. We don't get really cold in Alabama, but I have ridden my bike in the winter with those on there, and that's really good.
It also should help with wind deflection too, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it definitely keeps you a little less buffeted and a little warmer in the winter. All right, that is the, what year is this again?
It's a 2019.
Mean Green 2019 Touring Heritage.
Biker Dad.
This is my prized possession, my pride and joy, my Dyna Harley-Davidson. We call it Elvis. And when Elvis's paint was starting to fade and show its age, I trusted my friend Garrett at Black Sprocket Garage to give him a whole new look. And he knocked it out of the park. He can do the same thing for you, and he does it affordably. So if you want to get a one-of-a-kind custom paint job but don't want to pay one-of-a-kind prices, hit up Garrett at Black Sprocket Garage, and you better do it before we make him famous, and you can still afford him. Phone number, website, everything's right there on the screen.
Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson is the king of motorcycle credit. Good credit, bad credit, we'll get you riding. With over 150 new and used motorcycles available, we have a motorcycle for you and your budget. New Harley-Davidson motorcycles starting as low as $119 a month. The professional team in Motor Clothes is also here to help make sure that you're geared up for the riding season from head to toe. Come on down to Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson on the corner of Pleasant Valley Road and Cottage Hill and see the king of motorcycle credit.
If you love your bike but hate swamp ass, Breezy Rider is for you. For 27 years, I've been designing medical seating to protect the skin of people confined to wheelchairs. Now, after so many friends asking for help with their motorcycle seats, I've designed Breezy Rider. Breezy Rider actually enhances the look of your bike with its custom fit design, while the patented Still Air foam reduces vibrations that cause fatigue and pain, and you can actually feel air flowing underneath you, keeping you cool and dry.
This is Nacho Typical Taco. PS Taco on Cottage Hill in West Mobile loads them with fresh ingredients, and they make everything, and I mean everything, right here in the restaurant. Chef Danny and her staff create the season, the sauce, and everything in between.
We're gonna make upscale tacos where everything is made here in the kitchen, so it's the flavors.
PS Taco on Cottage Hill Road in West Mobile, definitely worth a ride to eat. Go check them out.
This is Biker Dad.
Hey, I'm Don Blanco with Folds of Honor. So Folds of Honor is a foundation, one of the top foundations actually in the country, rated with 4 stars. The foundation takes care of our disabled and fallen veterans' families through educational scholarships.
Master Sergeant David Marcello, retired. What we're out here doing today is we're helping out this organization, Folds of Honor. We're out here volunteering our time to try to bring awareness to this outstanding organization, as well as raise some donations so we can continue what their mission is, which is to provide educational benefits to their spouses and children who our parents have given their life for our country.
My name is Dan Prue, and I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. My son Anthony was a Marine, I was a Marine. We were both injured in combat, myself in Iraq and my oldest son in Afghanistan. And our middle son, he went to University of New Hampshire and applied for the Folds of Honor Scholarship. And his first 2 years, he didn't get it, but then his junior and his senior year, he got a $5,000 scholarship back-to-back years, his junior and senior years. So foundation was great. Folds of Honor is a great benefit. We're big proponents for it. Every time we get a chance, we come out and we give back for all that they did for us and for what they're doing for all the wounded veterans in the community.
So in the state of South Carolina, which is what we represent here in the Palmetto State, we've helped 161 children and spouses get scholarships. $732,000 have been raised. And as a nation, we've done 35,000 scholarships. Over $200 million has been raised.
It's a great organization because they get it. They know that there's a lot of other components to rehabilitation when we come back.
Well, ours is unique because it's specific for the men and women who've given their life for our country, okay? And continuing their legacy by helping out their spouses and children so they can, you know, be a part of what their parents have given their life for.
A big part of this organization that we really were fond of is what they do for those families as well, not just for the actual military members.
The Myrtle Beach biker community has been outstanding. This has been, from a military standpoint, this has been a humbling experience for me because I have met and have shaken the hands and fist bumped so many wonderful people from the local area and the surrounding communities who support and honor our veterans and our fallen veterans, and they have just been so appreciative and supportive of their sacrifices, as well as the men and women who are still serving our country.
You know, the crowd's a little older in the biker group, if you will, and I feel like many of those guys have served, or family members have served. Bikers in general are so very generous.
So the biker community is tremendous in regards to their generosity and their support for all these veterans organizations, as well as other ones that support all different types of things.
Look up Folds of Honor. Look into Folds of Honor. It makes a difference in our veterans, our fallen veterans and our disabled veterans' lives. Really makes a difference.
This week's Tech Tip is brought to you by Mobile Bay HarleyDavidson. This week's Tech Tip is all about your noggin and helmets, and this is something that you think about every time you ride, especially if you live in a state where it is mandatory, but you may not think about what's going on inside that helmet, what's going with that helmet. That's why Kim with Harley-Davidson is here to talk to us about helmets. There are 4 things that people really need to look for, right?
Yeah, so first of all, fit, right? We want to make sure that your helmet is fitting you correctly. We want to make sure that it's snug, but it's not giving you a headache. It's not leaving like major marks on your forehead. The headache is usually kind of the first giveaway that it's just too snug. So if you're riding with a buddy and they say that they have a headache every time they put their helmet on, it's because it's too tight and it doesn't fit right. The second one is going to be damage, right? We want to make sure that there's no like cracks or splits in your helmet. And then age. If your helmet's older than, let's say, 4 or 5 years at the absolute most, we should be changing it out for something that's a little newer. Over time, the insides just start to disintegrate, right? Just like anything else, that starts to kind of dry rot and disintegrate.
There's foam and styrofoam in there, and that stuff, although it will never decompose, it breaks down and gets smaller. And again, that also affects not just the fit, but you know, how much impact it can take without damaging your head.
Well, and speaking of impact, that's one of the other things we want to look for, right? If you've ever dropped your helmet, it's time to get a new one. I know that one's kind of a hard pill to swallow if someone drops their helmet, even if it's just a few feet.
I drop mine like every week.
Yeah, it creates stress fractures in the actual plastic. They're made for one-time impact only. So you want to make sure you're kind of treating your helmet like a little baby, right? You want to make sure you're not dropping it.
So again, just want to recap: fit, damage, impact, and age. Check those things out. Go examine your helmet and make sure it's safe. And thanks, Kim, for talking us through helmets on this week's Tech Tip.
This is Biker Dad.
Here at Stevenson Klotz, we practice personal injury law. Our job is to help those who are in need.
It's about making people motivated to do the right thing. And when I take on a case and get involved in a case, it becomes very personal to me.
We strive to make sure that you're informed and that you know that we've got your back. You've got someone experienced who's going to walk side by side with you and fight for you.
It's something that Eric and I both take really seriously, and it's something that we both get a great deal of pleasure out of from being able to help people at that level.
I have the ability to help those who can't help themselves, and we can really change people's lives through what we do.
My daughter and I were hit from behind by a vehicle that was traveling about 70, 80 miles an hour, and the rest of the traffic was stopped. The interaction with the team here at Stevenson and Klotz was fantastic. They were very caring. They were very concerned about us. My favorite thing was just getting to know them as people. Their care, their concern, their focus on our total well-being. We could not have asked for anything else. It was just phenomenal. I would recommend them to anyone and everyone.
We are going to be that law firm that gets to know you. And if we do a good job of telling the story for our client, then everybody's going to be better off.
You know, when you're in a band, it is like being in a family. We do everything we can to try to fine-tune our practice just like we would our band.
It's critical to whatever degree is humanly possible to live that story for the client, and that law firm is going to be us.
Biker Dad.
That's it for this week's episode of the Biker Dad Show. Please remember to take a moment and remember those we've lost, those who gave everything for their country, and also check on your brothers and sisters who are veterans. You never know, a phone call could save their lives. That's it for this week's episode of the Biker Dad Show. Check us out next week, and please look twice for motorcycles.